All right, everybody. So this is episode 15 of season 2 of Just the Guitar podcast. So we're trying something a little different this week. We're trying. We've posted the link. It's should be on the podcast right here if you're watching on YouTube. So we've opened the lines up. If anybody wants to join and chat with us live on air, we may find out today that we actually have no fans at all.
Yep. Adam, where is the link? You said on YouTube. I don't see it here.
Well, I don't know, Ahmed. There's a thing that let me figure out the YouTube link myself.
Okay. In the meantime, as you're looking that up and trying to save yourself.
I don't.
Yeah, sorry. We did have one of those spam account guys join us. You know, the ones from India that write you.
Like they're going to come and ask us to make just the guitar keys?
Yeah, well, one guy wrote me a PM once. And he says, "Dear sir, I make so many gis and I can make it look like Shoya roll, and would you be interested?" and all that kind of stuff. So we had one of those accounts log in. We've had a couple messed up ones join us as well, so we got rid of them. But yeah, like I said, man, if any of you want to join, there is a link on the Facebook page. Check that out, and what it will do is it will bring you into Google Plus Hangouts, just like what we're in now. You'll need a Gmail account. If you don't have one, you can go fuck yourself then, because we don't care. But really, who doesn't have a Gmail account? But you should have a Gmail account, and you come in, and
actually, I think you can log in without actually having a Gmail account.
No, whatever. Anyway, who cares? If you don't have one, you can join. But it looks like we have someone named Ryan D. Ryan, are you there?
Well, he's probably just installing some
plugins. It's Ryan Donnelly. Hello, Ryan.
I had to check this out. I was scrolling down Facebook and I was like, "Oh shit!"
So Ryan, there's a light right behind you. Can you put your head between the light and the camera?
What?
No,
just forget it.
Oh yeah, okay, I get it.
So why introduce yourself for anybody who doesn't know who you are. You're a local legend, but
Thank you. Yeah, I'm Don Lee, amateur MMA fighter. Been training jiu-jitsu for a couple years now. Big fan of the podcast.
Ryan's a purple belt here in Ontario. He's how many amateur fights do you have now, Ryan?
Had about 6 amateur fights.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
I'm your .500 guy. I win some, I lose some, but I go out, I have fun.
Ryan, I gotta say, it's first off, with them getting a little feedback. Are you on speaker? Who cares? You know what? Who cares? Yeah, we're gonna go with it. But yeah, listen, you're really unassuming looking, right? Like you're really skinny. Yeah, and you look 12. But yeah, you get in the cage and you're a different guy. Like I've seen you even compete in jiu-jitsu, and you're good. Don't get me wrong, but your MMA really shines. I find, man. How do you do so good in MMA versus your jiu-jitsu?
I don't know. I was always my whole life, growing up, elementary school, I was always just kind of a skinny, quiet kid. I was liked, but people would pick on me for being skinny, and you know what? I didn't like it. I didn't, right? And so I grew up in Georgetown, Ontario, which is kind of like a hillbilly town. There's no weapons or guns, but everybody would fist fight. When you got to high school, there was always a fist fight on the weekends and stuff. And I was just one of those kids where I was like, man, I don't want to get my ass kicked. So I found a local gym and I started training, and I picked up jiu-jitsu and started training MMA, and I just liked it. And over time, I just kind of started, as you pick up the more technique, you kind of want to test yourself. And I took a fight, and I liked it, and here I am. I'm just kind of keep going, I guess.
When did you start training, Ryan?
Pardon me?
When did you start training?
I started training in 2008. So I started watching UFCs. Was kind of oh, that's awesome. Like I said, I lived in Georgetown. I Googled where the nearest place to train was, and there was a place that was called Borland's MMA. They had a couple of pros that did pretty well there, and they were affiliates under Brazilian Top Team, so I started training with them originally.
So you've been training MMA since the beginning?
Yeah, since the beginning. I'm one of those guys. I watched MMA from the beginning. I wanted to do MMA, but I definitely with jiu-jitsu, it took off the most. Like, it's definitely the art that I'm the most passionate about, I would say.
Ryan, how old are you, man?
I'm 21. Turning 22 in a couple weeks.
Still a young guy. So I noticed on social media you either get called out or you call out people.
Yeah.
Explain this. Like, well, why do people call you out? You're such a nice guy. You're wearing the
I don't know,
tightest
man. I get called
shorts.
out by weird people that are like higher in weight class than me, and like I'll be honest, like I'm a skinny guy. I'm a weak guy. Like my jiu-jitsu game, like if you're heavier than me, if you're like 40, 50 pounds heavier than me, and you have basic idea of what you're doing, like you're gonna give me problems. Like I'm gonna have to work with you. So I find like bigger guys will call me out, and it's definitely something that I've just kind of gotten used to, and I'm one of those guys. I'll step up to the plate, and like every now and again, I see people, and I think it's a good fight opportunity, and I want to sell it, and yeah, I'll say what I got to say, right?
Do you think these bigger guys just think it's going to be an easy fight or something?
Yeah, man. Like I start training to like not get picked on, and then even when you're training, you still get picked on. Like it's just something you gotta overcome, right?
So do you pop into to combat arts at all? Like, do you still do that for a month?
I do like once in a while.
Yeah.
I don't train a lot of gi anymore. Like I started off mostly training gi. Like when I was a white belt and a blue belt, I trained all in gi. And then as I got to purple, like I said, like my focus kind of really switched into MMA, and I ended up linking up with Sam Zakula over at Battle Arts, and we've just been kind of focusing mostly no gi and training for MMA ever since.
That's awesome, man. Last week we talked on a podcast about the Battle Arts show. How did you find yourself on that card?
Man, it was good. You know what? Like my hat is off to Bashir. Like that guy is a tough opponent. He's he's like a full timer. He's training hard. He's doing his thing. I thought I had a really good match. It was really competitive leading up into it, and it was one of those things like I made a little mistake. I went for a stack. I was going for a pass, and I had a lot of pressure on it, and I was feeling good with it. And then somebody kind of called out like, "Oh, triangle," and I kind of postured back up. And Bashir's just like me. He's a flexible guy. Like I gave him enough tension, and he just snatched me in like the craziest triangle, and it was tight. And I tapped, and man, he's legit.
That's awesome.
He didn't bolo me though. I was happy about that.
That's a win.
That's a win in my books.
Hey man, so is there anything like you joined us? Is there anything you would like to ask the panelists here?
Man, I don't even know, man. Literally, I saw a link, I clicked on it, I was like, and now I'm like the star guest of your podcast. So
You're basically, we're just interviewing you now.
that's cool, man.
Yeah,
So where's Chris Lee? Where's Chris Lee Byrne? Where's the CP guys? Like,
you know what, VJ's scared of you, I think.
BJ is really scared of me.
VJ's watching WrestleMania tonight.
That's exactly what he's doing, man. We've discussed a super fight, me and VJ, and you know what? If that's what the people want, I'll skin the Jaguar. Like we'll go out, we'll throw down. If that's what he wants. Some 1990s shit.
Yeah, no, like, would you do it in the gi though? He's got a legit gi game, man.
That's a good question. I don't know, man. I think I'd have to do. I'd want no gi. I'd want no gi, man. Like, I'm more like scrambly that way, I think.
Oh, I'd love to hear that. I'd love to see that. So, VJ, if you're out there watching, which I think you are, man.
Where you at, VJ?
Where you at, man? Like, Donnelly's calling you out.
So
You
Ryan,
used to call in, man.
Ryan, how tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
You're 6'2", and how much do you weigh?
I fight at 135 pounds, but I walk around at like 148 pounds. You'll never find a bantamweight fighter taller or lankier than me, I guarantee
It's
it.
crazy. I'm like shorter than you, and I weigh 70 pounds more.
Oh yeah, easily. Like it's funny. It's an interesting fact. Like I have the exact same like skeletal structure as Anderson Silva, like 6'2" with a 75-inch reach. But I'm like 70 pounds lighter than that guy when he walks around at. It's crazy.
This is your opportunity to ask Ahmed about his secret training techniques. Put on masks and bulk up.
Yeah, like, do you want to put on weight though? Like, do you want to get bulked up or no? You don't
It's funny. Like everybody, I've posted videos of my fights before, like online, and people are like, "Oh, this guy's like an extreme weight cutter or anything." Like the real truth is, I have a condition that's called hyperthyroidism. Like your thyroid controls all your hormones in your body, and basically it doesn't work, so my metabolism is super fast. I just burn calories like crazy. So even when I like lift weights and stuff and I eat tons of food, I just don't put on like crazy amounts of weight. I just kind of stay the same. Like,
It's
Have you ever
funny. I
considered-
actually have the exact opposite problem.
yeah, you can get the other end. You can eat like a cupcake and it goes right to your ass. So like I'd rather have my thing, you know, like
I have hypothyroid.
Jordan,
Yeah, I got the hype there.
that just sucks for you, Jordan.
Yeah, it does, man.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, Adam, you were gonna ask something. Sorry, I think I cut you off.
I'm not sure what I was gonna ask. It's gone now.
Okay.
Sorry, that's my fault.
Oh yeah, no problem. Ryan, explain. You said maybe about a year and a half ago you want to get on the podcast. Remember I spoke to you at Combat and whatever, and
So like you guys were, and I was like, man, that's cool. I'd always want to be on a podcast. Like I'm a huge Joe Rogan podcast fan. Like if I'm doing cardio or doing endurance, I got a Joe Rogan podcast on my headphones. So I was like, I want to do that.
well, let's talk about Joe Rogan here. I mean, he's obviously an avid marijuana user. How about yourself? Do you partake?
Yeah, you know what? Straight up. I totally smoke weed. Like, I'm not gonna try and hide it. Like, it's one of those things. It's funny. It's still kind of taboo, I find, amongst some people in the BJJ MMA community. But man, like, I'm a skinny guy. I'm always going through little injuries. Like, I'm not smoking weed to like eat a bag of chips and watch TV. Like, I come home from training and my body's wrecked. I'm sore and I'm stiff. So you know what? If I go out to smoke a joint after training and feel relaxed and go to bed, like. But yeah, man, I'm all for it.
Do you find it helps in recovery? And this is open to you guys as well. Like do you find it helps in your recovery? I personally don't do that myself, but just curious on some opinions on it.
I don't know. I don't know. Like it doesn't like help with your recovery, but it's definitely like it'll definitely like dull your pain and you know like help you go to sleep. Like sometimes I find when I train, like I train in the evenings, like my class is 7 o'clock, and I'll train till around like 9 or 10 o'clock. And if I get home, like sometimes I'm overstimulated. I can't get to bed right away. I'm thinking about what's going on in class, and I can't get to sleep. And so I find like if I smoke weed, I'm relaxed and I go to bed, and I wake up the next day not feeling, you know, too hurting. So.
All right, man. Also, final question is kind of a joke question, so forgive me for asking it. But but you wear compression shorts, and we've talked about this online. You wear compression shorts, and you have a very good thigh gap.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm every like supermodel's dream physique.
Yeah,
like, every supermodel fucking hates me, bro. I eat what I want. I look slim as fuck. It's great.
Have you ever thought about getting into modeling?
I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe after an MMA career, I could try and work some deals or something afterwards. We'll see.
Did at the AFS fights in London, you did have a bit of a wardrobe malfunction with your cup. Would you care to comment on that at all?
Listen, man, I got the Rampage Jackson problem. Like, I got a big cup. I got some big things to protect down there, and it's kind of big. And Ruben had a lot of heavy top game pressure, and he kind of knocked it out of place. And I just had to work with. I had to work with it. You know, it was a fight. I had no time to change that shit.
That's amazing.
And also, I just want to say something as well for AFS. Like that was an interesting fight, okay? Because that was I love Chris Lee Byrne and I love all those guys, but that was a kind of an interesting show from the fighter's perspective because like I'm used to fighting down in New York, right? It's like no headgear, no shin pads, and also and I found with AFS like we showed up. And everybody had to warm up in the same locker room, which I was like, I don't know, for me, it kind of threw me off. Like, we're all in one backspace. Like, I'm trying to find my place to warm up. And I'm the kind of guy when I fight, like, when I get there, like, I don't want to talk to the guy I'm fighting. I don't want to look at that guy. Like, I just want to go warm up with my guys and do my thing. And I found it really funny that they put us all in the same room. And, like, I'm trying to warm up. And I'm looking at, like, Ruben and Gabe and fucking Claude Patrick. And they're going over their game plan. And, like, it was interesting. And, yeah, like, it was an amateur MMA in Ontario is a lot different than MMA in New York, and honestly, like, I'm all for the New York MMA. Like, I think they have a much better scene going, but I want to support Ontario Amateur MMA, and I want these shows to do better, but they got to do some certain things and step up for the fighters, too, because I talked to a lot of other fighters on that show, and people were stressing out about it.
Was the live commentary distracting at all?
I actually liked the live commentary. Like, that was just me. That was kind of cool, and it was funny when I fought previously at Nashville, and Chris Lee Byrne was on the commentary, and he was doing a great job. And it was funny because I was hearing, like, I was really calm in the fight, and I was hearing everything Chris was saying, and I was like laughing, like it was funny. I was going along with it, and I like the live commentary. It's kind of cool.
That would distract the hell out of me. I wouldn't like that. Did Adam at least know what he was talking about?
Yeah, he had his game on lock. He's good for commentary. I think him and Chris Lee Byrne would be a good commentary duo because he did a pretty good job too. I'm not gonna lie. I'll give CLB credit when credit is due.
That's like a caller, basically. It's like commentary caller right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Adam, oh sorry, my voice cracked here. Did they pay you, Adam, for that show?
No, Chris asked me to do it. Chris is a good friend of mine. He's been on the podcast twice, Bro Culture 1 and 2. If you haven't watched those episodes, check them out. No, Chris asked me if I would do some live commentary. Originally, he asked if I'd MC the event, and I said yes. And then I got moved to commentary at some point, and honestly, I had a great time. It was, for me, it was like, I got to see a lot of great fights. There was some really, really good fights that night. I got to see it right from the side of the cage. And basically, I got to just talk shit into the PA system for the entire night, too, which is great.
That's awesome. And, guys, forgive me for my ignorance. Amateur MMA doesn't pay, right?
No.
No, huh? So
it's funny though. Okay, this is another crazy thing. So with amateur MMA in Ontario, it's sanctioned by this body named the OGA, and I don't know who owns it or anything else. But when I go down to New York to fight in New York, I don't get paid, but I get my expenses all covered. So I give the promoter my receipt for all the gas it took me to get to New York. I get 2 nights at a hotel. If you're lucky and you have a good fight, buddy, will hook you $50 and be like, go buy your friends some beers. And in Ontario, it's like they show up, and for all the fighters, they're like, you gotta buy a membership into the OGA, and then they get up there, and then they hit you with, there's a $60 striking fee because you strike in Ontario, and this is OGA, you got to pay an additional $60. They didn't let us know about that until the day of weigh-ins. I was like, what the fuck? And then as well, you get there, and then they ask your cornermen, oh, we want all cornermen to pay like a $150 fee. And I'm not going to lie, most of these cornermen were just like, no, like, I'm not paying you guys. And they were like, okay, whatever. And they just went away. But like, it was kind of like, I don't know, man, it's not the same vibe. And I feel like I'm the only guy who's standing up for the amateur MMA fighters that are developing and they want to get fights. And I think that there needs to be changes in Ontario.
Yeah, that was that was kind of an unfortunate thing. Like I said, it's not my event, but I was there at the weigh-ins and there at the event, and I mean, like I said, I don't know everything that went down, but it certainly seemed like the fighters and the cornermen got hit with a bunch of extra fees that they weren't advised of beforehand, like basically just before weigh-ins and then just before the fights.
And like weigh-in day, man, like I'm miserable, dude. Like I got no water in my system. I'm trying to I want to step on a scale and leave, and to have that extra stress kind of put on you in the moment, it's just kind of like, you know what? I did that show because I took the fight with Ruben. Like he's one of the best purple belts in Ontario. I knew that going in. He's been working with Claude Patrick and his brother Gabe, who's a pro fighter. Like I knew it was going to be my toughest fight, and you know what? I was ready to go in and put on a good show. And like it's funny, like something about that show mentally, like I didn't show up, and not discrediting anything Ruben did. Like he took care of business that night, man. Like he got me fair and square. But it was one of those things where I was really stressed leading up to the event, and it was different because normally for me, like I usually know when to get in the zone and go, but it was kind of weird, that event. But nothing to do with Chris Lee Byrne and Trevor Ziegler. Like from their end, the guys who put on the show and set up the event and contacted the fighters, everything was perfect. I just found
Chris Lee Byrne's a dirtball, and you know it.
Sorry?
I said Chris is a dirtball.
Oh yeah.
No, but
seriously,
where's Chris Lee Byrne at? I'm surprised he's not calling in and trying to whore himself out for some fame.
Yeah, where is he at?
That's
Yeah, am I the only one with the balls to call in on a show? Like,
You know what? People aren't willing to put themselves out there. You know what I mean? They like to hide. Oh, okay. So we have someone else here. Who is this?
It appears to be Amanda Bird.
Okay. Well, Ryan, stay with us, please. Adam will.
Amanda Bird.
So we'll see if Amanda actually gets in here, and then we'll go from there.
Until she does, though, yeah, I kind of say this amateur MMA thing. That sounds really shady, man. Like you get hit with fees and all that kind of stuff. I don't know the whole story behind that, and I don't really care. But I have voiced my opinions on the OGA before, but through a jiu-jitsu point of view. They seem to do some things that are shady. I mean, maybe it's just coincidence, and maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't want to be here with slander or anything, so I won't say anything more than that. But who knows? We don't care to get the other side of the story. So.
No, absolutely. Like, you know, and it's one of those things. Like, I just, you know, if I could take some flack for you know, just coming on the show and running my mouth and saying this, but it's something that I do think I feel like I should be vocal, because I have fought in New York at amateur shows. I've seen professional shows where the fighters are treated with respect. Like, man, we're putting our brains on the line out there. You know, we're going out there, we're taking punches, we're not getting paid for it, and I just don't think that for MMA that a fighter should have to pay to put on a show and do something that, you know, he's really passionate about. Like, you know, I enjoy doing what I do, and I enjoy putting on a good fight for the fans and stuff like that. And I think that it should be brought to light, because there are up-and-coming amateur fighters from smaller gyms in Ontario that just think this is okay, and that they just have to just hand over their wallets to get to do what they love. And you know what? When I go to New York, I don't have to do that, and I think that I should be a voice for that and do what I think is the right thing.
But on the flip side, though, amateur means you don't get paid and that you pay. Just like jiu-jitsu, we pay tournament fees to compete. So maybe they're looking at it from that standpoint. You know what I mean? Like, is New York? Would you fight? You fight pro in New York?
Yeah, no. It would be, I guess, considered semi-professional in New York. Okay. So it's still amateur. It's 3-minute rounds, or if it's championship bout, 5 3-minute rounds. But the only difference is we're using pro gloves, and there's no shin pads and no headgear.
Did you find that the headgear was super distracting? Like, it was interesting, you know, to watch, because obviously every time the headgear comes, you know, it starts to come off. You know, you're in the clinch and the headgear pops off, or somebody takes a shot, headgear pops off. They have to stop the fight, readjust the headgear. Did you find that was that caused you any confusion or difficulties?
It's a huge pain in the ass. Like, I don't like headgear, and I don't like shin pads. It's kind of funny. Like, the majority of my fights have been in New York, and I've kind of already gotten used to that, like, kind of getting into the cage without headgear, without shin pads, and I just find, like, it can be a bit of a nuisance. Like, man, it weighs your head down. If you get hit with a cross, it can slide and get in the way of your vision. Like, I was like, when me and Ruben were trying to grapple and do our thing, like, there was a time where the referee just, like, I'm trying to, like, work my game. Like, I'm playing guard, I'm trying to, you know, get a foundation going, get my post going, and get Ruben off me so I can get to my feet. And then the referee, like, my headgear comes off, like, slightly, and at that point, I'm not even bothered. Like, I'm in the zone, I'm trying to avoid punches, but he's coming in there and he's, like, fixing my headgear, and I definitely do find it annoying. I mean, I don't mind the shin pads so much, but I think the headgear is honestly more dangerous than not just having it, because like I said, like, you can get hit with a punch and it completely takes out your vision, and you might drop your head, and next thing you know, you're getting a head kick to the head because you didn't see it coming, where without headgear that's not a problem.
No, that makes sense.
So Adam, I think we lost our guest that came in. I'm not sure if it was a technical issue or what, but we've seen that a couple times now. People have come in and then they couldn't connect. So
they get too nervous. No, actually just got a message from Amanda. I think she was just having some webcam issues. She's gonna try again.
Okay, I mean, hey, I just want to put this out there. You guys don't need a webcam too, right? Like, it is audio. Like, if need be, you don't need a webcam. I mean, it's nice if you have one, but
Ahmed barely has one. I mean, look, like, you can't even see him half the time.
Well, no, I'm just keeping it, just keeping it light, a little low profile here. I'm following Donnelly here. I don't
makes you look really mysterious, though, Ahmed.
Well, that's what I'm going for. Like, I know that there's a lot of people out there who are intimidated by me, so I just want to show you that.
It kind of makes me feel like if you were in an alley or something, you might like jump out at me.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to run into Ahmed in the back of a dark basement, which is where he clearly is.
Donnie, this is my basement, though. Like I own this basement.
Right on. You're a grown man, Ahmed.
Thank you. Right?
You're a man.
Thanks, man.
Just a young buck. I got
man.
ways to go.
Yeah, brother, you're young, man. Seriously, I wish I got into jiu-jitsu as young as you. I mean, you're 21 years old, purple belt, you fought MMA and stuff. That's respect, man. That's huge. You're where I am, but like 16 years earlier.
Yeah, no, man.
Yeah.
I'm definitely. I'm fortunate. Like I started training when I was 14 years old.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
We got BJ.
Okay, for anybody who's tuning in via audio, BJ Hemmenschel, previous guest, JTGT alumni, has joined. I'm not sure if his audio is working, but he's here.
Yeah, I can. You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Speaking.
Well, what a coincidence! I just had chicken wings for dinner, and look who's on the show, Ryan Donnelly. It's amazing these guys calling me out. I mean, last time I saw you getting stretched out by Bashir on Battle Arts, like, come on, man.
Don't be scared, VJ. If that's your only way out, man, that's a European champion, VJ.
Well, I'm a Euro medalist myself, but anytime you want to have a super fight, 130 kgs versus 130 pounds, I think we could sell out Battle Arts. I think it'd be a great show. So, I mean, please talk to your Mr. Sam Bazooka. I would love to have that match. Just tell you something a bit different on the show, you know what I mean? But Donnelly, you're a great guy. We've had some great roles. I mean, I enjoy submitting in your close guard. It was a great challenge, but I'm not supposed to do that in public. So, yeah, we should do it. We should do it sometime.
Listen, I'm all in, man. I've been working my game every day, and I've been training at Battle Arts. I've been hanging out with these pro wrestlers, so I've seen that you're a fan of the pro wrestling. I think we can sell this event and sell out the Don Koloff Arena at Eglinton Tompkin, and we can have a good show, my friend.
Yeah, Battle Arts is a great facility, man. And if Combat Arts were to cut, say, the bottom 10% of our BJJ players, it looks like they all went to your school. But your facility is wonderful, man. But if you want field training, maybe pop over on a Sunday at Combat Arts, and we can kind of work on some details for you. But hey, man, like I said, man, I'd love to have our super fight. It'd be great.
Hey, man, great place.
The Battle of Tompkin Road there. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me or not. But,
VJ, are you in any way afraid of Ryan Donnelly's camel clutch?
The last time we rolled, I Ezekiel'd him so much on my close guard, my wrist ached for a week. So a lot of it's self-inflicted damage when I roll with him. But no, his guard's very tricky, man. It takes like 2 or 3 seconds to stack, so he's coming along.
Listen, I've been back in the lab with my team. We've been working on some good stuff. I got a little surprise for you next time we roll, man.
Oh, we should definitely do it. Definitely do it. But
VJ,
what were your thoughts on your match against Bashir? I thought that was a very close match, actually. I thought Bashir would have finished you in 30 seconds, but you showed a lot of intestinal fortitude, man. You lasted about a good 5-6 minutes. I was very surprised.
I thought it was like 6 or 7, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you really hung in there. I was quite shocked.
You know what?
no, sorry, we're just giving you the floor. It seems like it's a verbal sparring match here. We're just sitting to the side here, but.
Oh man, VJ's still channeling that young Jaguar, but you're an old man, VJ. I got speed, okay, and I will overcome your ridiculous no technique strength of just pulling turtle and just like smothering guys with your big titties. That's not jiu-jitsu. I will show you what jiu-jitsu is.
You are right. I'm half the man I used to be, but I'm twice the man that you'll ever be. But that's fine. I always have my day to show it. If you're more, you do a grappling industries as well, right? So maybe we can also do a super absolute at the next big show, which would be the Hamilton Grappling Industry Show. If you guys want to plug that great event.
Well, I guess you just did.
Oh well, yeah.
Man, this is going down
at
June 16th
Hamilton,
at
sub
Players
only,
Paradise.
Grappling Industries.
Yeah, so we should
This
definitely
is
do
gonna go
something
down in my gym, man. This is gonna be a dual 3 event. This is serious. We don't need to go down to that greasy town. We can do this. at a serious facility and a serious venue.
When is the Duel 3?
I don't even know yet. Probably in a couple months. I got to talk to Sam and see what he's saying.
VJ, I heard something about you breaking a mirror at Battle Arts. Can you please comment on that?
Sorry, say it again?
I said I heard something about you potentially breaking a mirror at Battle Arts. Can you comment on that?
It was no one from the Six Blade family, I can tell you that. You know, class, respect, loyalty, hustle, respect, whatever it all is. Nobody from the Six Blade family would ever do something like that. Is that what team I'm on? Yeah, that's the team I'm on now.
What's the story? What's the deal? Sorry, Adam. Where's that question coming from? I don't know about this.
Yeah. No, I was just, I guess somebody broke a mirror at Battle Arts during the last duel. Is that correct?
Oh, they broke him.
No, they broke a mirror.
Oh, I thought you said broke a mirror, like his instructor.
A mirror.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, whatever happened with that? Anybody have any input on that? Seriously, that's a good question.
It was definitely disappointing, to be honest. I don't know who did it. Like, I wasn't there. I never saw anything. I definitely heard some stories about people who thought they might have known, but like I said, I didn't know. But I was really disappointed about that because the owner of our gym, Anthony Corelli, he's most commonly known as Santino Marella. He's from the WWE, and honestly, my gym owner is a really great guy. He's done a lot for a lot of the athletes that train there, and he's offered me just an unbelievable opportunity to be working with such high level guys. And I was really disappointed that happened because it definitely is a black eye to the whole jiu-jitsu community because Anthony's not super immense in the world of BJJ, right? So Sam and the team, we offer an idea. Let's bring these BJJ super fights to our gym and let's give these athletes an opportunity. And and in a second event, I don't know, someone allegedly loses and then breaks the mirror. It was kind of disappointing. I was like, it doesn't look good, and I was disappointed about that.
Has anybody looked into one of the winners as potentially being the culprit? Just celebrating, getting pretty excited,
Just too turned up from a win.
Seriously though, to your point, Ryan, it is pretty disappointing, especially from somebody within the jiu-jitsu community to do kind of a shitty thing like that, break a mirror at a gym. So if you did it, fess up.
Yeah, just admit it, man. If you did it, just say, hey, I did it. I'm sorry. Or post anonymously. Say, I did it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Or, you know what, message us, and, we'll handle your PR for you. We can handle any lawsuits. We can refer any financial issues to VJ Havenshall. We could just work through it all.
Wait a second. Was there competitors from Scarborough there? Did a couple guys from Scarborough lose? I don't know. Just throwing it out there.
I don't know.
This sounds like regionalism at its worst.
Ryan, sorry.
Just playing the stats, Jordan. Just playing the stats.
Sorry, Ryan, small technical issue. If you move your mouse up over kind of where your head is, there should be a little mute button. Can you just mute your mic when you're not talking, just because there's a little bit of feedback there?
Oh, awesome. All right, thanks, man.
Thank you.
VJ, since you're on the show, and for those who don't know, episode 34 with VJ Havenshall, and I'm not even lying, till this day, and the audio stats do not prove it, still one of the most popular, most downloaded episodes. I don't know why, but the one of the right behind Cosmo, the Cosmo episode is
Cosmo Kramer.
I didn't mean to say that, but is our number one downloaded episode for 2015, and VJ, I believe, is number 2 or 3. I don't know where I was going, but VJ.
Speaking of where, bro,
where's my
Steve
wallet?
Pincus has just joined the podcast.
Dude, where's my wallet?
Is Scarborough here to
Is my wallet safe?
Oh shit!
Wait,
no,
sorry. It appears to be. It might be
Shit
Darren
just got real.
Rudy and the Blowfish. I'm not sure.
Steve, man, welcome back, man. So I was just talking to VJ and talking about his episode being like one of the most popular episodes. I was just gonna ask him before we get to you. I was just gonna ask VJ. You just joined a new team, just recently. Do you care to explain that? And now you can close out with some of the top guys in the region. You don't have to face them anymore. Collect free points, free medals. Please explain.
Well, first off, is this the Battle Arts reunion, the Submission of the Night victims? This is great booking, man. The way you guys brought guys that got stretched out, like. Anyways, yeah, I think we're Team Ribeiro now. I mean, I just support Amir. He's the best instructor, best current active black belt, and he'll prove that at Worlds. So I mean, he joined Team Ribeiro, and I just go with the flow. I mean, I've been on so many teams, I don't even wear a patch anymore, so it doesn't mean anything to me really. But I'm just happy to compete at this age, and like I said, just so happy to see.
I think this is the first time though that you were on a team and the whole team creonted. Normally it's just you.
Correct. This is our whole gym creonch, so it's quite unique. But I think we're 6 blades. I think combat's 4.5 blades. We're working our way up, but eventually we'll get to that 6 blade level. Shout out Josh Rapport, that'd be Adam's good friend. So yeah, shout out, man. Kids, man. Shh.
Oh, it's okay. Family guy. That's not a problem. So yeah, just for those who audio only who can't see this, Steve Shapinkas joined us. Very famous. What episode were you on, Steve? Do you remember? I forget now.
Shit, I have no clue, man.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, no. Thank you for joining us. It's okay. It's okay. We can hear your kids, but that's okay. We're gonna work through it. Adam, you're handling this? Are you?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and DJ's muted now.
DJ has a handful of children.
Yeah, no, God bless them. Beautiful children. But Steve, back to you. You were a very controversial episode that we had.
Episode 26, by the way.
26, thank you. Check it out, guys. Episode 26. Steve really lays it down. He puts himself out there. But we had a lot of flack from that episode, and I'm glad we get to talk to you. We had some people write us on YouTube, and we had some messages, not saying, hey, you guys are this and that, and we respect those people who saw that. Do you this is a couple months later now, I think almost half a year later maybe. Have you changed your tune? Have you, are you still that same man that you were then?
Yeah, I think I've always been the same guy. I've always been. Try and get smarter and wiser every year, every day. But I don't know. I stand by everything I said. I got a lot of flack from that too, but I wanted to come on just for this show to thank you guys, because since that time, I've gotten a lot more people just interested in what I'm doing, whether they want to see me get scraped up or they want to see me away. So it's worked out great for me. I've gotten a lot of haters and a lot of
haters gonna hate, man.
So I'm playing. It's worked out well for me. I'm doing okay.
And Steve, just can we talk about some of the matchmaking, the most recent one? Can you take us through how you got that match and what was supposed to happen? Because we'd like it aired out, if you don't mind.
So can you also, for the sake of anybody who doesn't know what Ahmed's talking about, explain the backstory there as well?
Yeah, sure, no problem. I was a veteran of the Duel 1, so that was the first duel that was done at Battle Arts there, and I had a good match there, and they invited me back for the second show, and they asked me who I wanted, and I threw out a couple of names, and they came back to me saying that those options weren't possible, and they came to me with David Cremus, who I'd faced before actually in an absolute, and he beat me, and I knew he was a lot bigger guy, but I wanted to just take the challenge, and I thought if I could pull off the win, it'd be great for me, so I did that, and didn't go my way. I mean, that's how it went.
All right, man, no problem. I mean, we know that, but just for some people out there who want to know how that match happened. So you took a match against a guy who's much bigger and stronger than you. You fight at feather, which is like, light feather. Yeah, like 141 in the gi or something. That's super low, So, but no, respect for you for doing that, man. I wouldn't do it, and I'm his weight, so there you go. I would have just said no, but this is what Steve does, man. He grinds every day and he's training, and I don't know, but yeah, that was my question.
It's easy for
losing stuff all the time, and I'm not using no weight difference as an excuse. They offered me the match, I took the match. and I trained hard, and I went out there and I tried to win. That's it. You know, he won. He was better that day. Credit to him. There's no excuses here. I would have liked to get the matches that I originally wanted, but you know, it didn't work out that way. So life goes on.
Well, man, I'm sure there'll be other opportunities for sure. You're an exciting guy to watch, and so it's gonna come up. So
for everybody who's on here right now, VJ, Ryan, and Steve, give me the name of somebody you want to face. Let's hear a call out. Start with you, VJ.
There's a tub of guts in Buffalo. Kind of looks like a cross between Herman Munster and King Kong Bundy. Bullet Edwards. Anytime, any place he wants to throw down, I'm game. That's one guy I'd like to put, you know, for face for sure. Yeah, I think that's it. That'd be good for now.
That'd be a good match. Ryan, on to you.
Oh man, you're putting me on the spot here.
Yeah, that's it. You joined the podcast. That's it. You're on the spot.
I haven't thought about it really. Like, to be honest with you, after like most of my time now, I've just been focused on like kind of training on my MMA, and at the current moment, like I straight up I can't think of like.
You're not getting out of this, so you might as well just give me a name.
Give a name, brother.
Man, to be honest with you, like not right away. Like I'm not saying this. Oh man, I don't even want to say that. I don't know.
yeah,
This guy talks more shit than anybody on Facebook, and he won't give me a name right now.
No, I want the Ruben Sagman rematch. To be honest with you, like because I just don't think he got me at my best for MMA, not for jiu-jitsu. I want to fight for MMA. That's what I've been focused on for now. And down the road, I'd like to see him come to New York and face me where I feel most comfortable. That's what I'll throw out.
Yeah, fair enough. And Steve.
Oh, without a doubt, VJ Heminshaw. Without a doubt.
So we should have a triple threat match. Me, Steve, and VJ.
Like a ladder match?
That duel at the next.
I'm
That'd be
down.
great.
I'm down. I could work a pro wrestling show.
Okay, serious question here, though. Serious question. VJ, is it true you have avoided rolling with Steve on multiple occasions?
Yeah, so what happened is I went to his school, was it called Checkers?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and I basically beaten up everyone in their school. So to beat him would just be kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to take everything away from their school. No, but Money's a hell of a competitor. I mean, I'm a big fan. I bet on him at Worlds. I bet on him a few other shows. So I'm a fan. I mean, you know, for his size, 128 pounds or whatever he is, he's a very good competitor. I just feel like I'm almost triple his weight of all muscle. So it'd just be a bad matchup for him. But I will be at Worlds on Wednesday.
How are you going to lie to the viewers?
Lighter folks.
Okay.
Just for anybody listening, the podcast is available on video as well. Just saying.
Yeah, definitely check that out because this is great. Like, well, we have some legends of previous episodes, and even you know, we have a new guy, obviously Ryan. We have somebody who's trying to join us, but it's not working right now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it looks like Amanda's still having some technical issues there.
That's okay. That's not a problem. So guys, listen. I really appreciate everyone coming on. So I'm going to throw out another question. Anybody can answer it. It doesn't matter to me whatsoever. But we'll start with Steve. Let's just start with Steve. Just because he's the newest guy that came on. But Steve, in your opinion, and now lately, and like, just tell me, what has Just the Gi Top done for you?
Well, like I said, Just the Gi Top brought in a lot of negative opinions towards me and a lot of positive ones. So, you know, just giving me some form of notoriety where before, you know, I would win a match and, you know, crickets going off in the corner and like a dust ball going off. At least they're cheering and booing now. So, and I've gotten actually a lot of opportunities business-wise off of that with just, you know, teaching and stuff like that. I think it's helped bring more notoriety to things I've done, just maybe off of linked videos and stuff like that. So
that's awesome, man. Seriously, I didn't think you were going to give us a serious answer, but that's I feel good now. That's
and you know one thing I will say about Steve, and one thing I respect a lot about him is that, you know, Steve, you are just you all the time, right? You don't pretend to be anything for anybody. You're just, you know, what you see is what you get, and I respect that about you. So.
No, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
I roomed with Steve at Pans. It's just everybody know I roomed with this man, and this is a good guy. I'm telling you, I won't say that to anybody. I don't stay with many people when I travel and stuff like that, but he was a solid dude. He was like my brother, you know. Like
Ahmed will not lay down with just any man.
I will not. Yeah. I even gave him his own bed. I'm like the elder, and I shared a bed with Rami. I gave him his own bed. I took him out to Denny's. I took him out for ice cream.
He was like your dad, Steve.
I was. And he was very well behaved.
Last time.
He was very well behaved, man. So yeah, he might have some haters and people might not like what he says, but if you're if you're part of his crew, he's a loyal dude. So everyone should know that, you know. So but keep doing what you're doing, man. Like keep grinding. I know you. I knock you a lot. I say you train too much, you don't lift enough, and you're the weight of a girl. But in reality, man, you're solid, man. Keep doing it. Like you got good things. You were mentioning you got some nice. Maybe you don't want to be public with them, but you got some nice opportunities coming up. So yeah, keep doing it, man. That's great. You're doing what.
You know, I know you say you don't lift enough, but Steve's been posting a lot of gym selfies lately.
That's just
Yeah.
because of the ladies, you know?
Serious gym selfies. Like, every day. Hashtag we up in this gym. You know.
That's awesome. VJ, if we may, has Just a Geek-Up done anything for you at all? Like you plugged your show, did you get more business?
You know what? I never thought I would, and I mean, not to put myself over, but I'm very successful. Like I make more than a lot of 8 or 9 man divisions at these tournaments, right? But just 2 words, man, through the Geek-Up. Justin Lobo. Just meeting this guy, he's influenced my life. Every decision I make, I think, what would Justin Lobo do? And to see him, he signed up for the New York Open, and he's fighting adult. He's finally grown a set of grapefruits, you know, being 30 years old, living at home, et cetera, et cetera. He's finally fighting adult at the New York Open, and it's just great to see someone come out of his shell like that. And like I say, man, all my decisions, I just think, what would Justin Lobo do in this situation? I understand you know him, Ahmed.
Yeah, we met at the Pan Ams. We had a good time. I took him out for ice cream as well, and yeah, so he was a good guy. Like, you know, here's the story, and he'll be watching, but I'll be very brief. I walked in to weigh myself in while Rami and Steve were in the car because they checked their weights, and I went to check mine, and I ran into him, and he just lost, like literally maybe 5 minutes. He lost his first match. He was feeling down, and he goes, "Hey Ahmed, listen, man, can I hang out with you? I just lost." And like, you know, we all been there. I'm like, "Yeah, man, like come along, you know, come hang out with us. We'd love to have you." We went. Rami crushed a burrito an hour before a tournament, you know, and he did really well. Like, you know what I mean? Like we had a good time. We bonded, and that's it. The guy's a solid dude, you know. So he was there when I won, and he felt like family.
Yeah, and that's someone we would never would have met without the podcast. So I mean, it's bringing people together, and at the end of the day, that's beautiful.
Ahmed,
Yeah.
what do I have to do to get you to buy me ice cream?
Yeah, Ahmed has literally never bought any of us on the podcast ice cream.
No.
Like,
He goes to
what are you guys
California,
doing that
throwing
we're
it out
not?
like it's candy.
Well, you know what? Come do war with me. You know, like Steve was there doing battle like a man. You know, away from my wife and kids. I'm out there.
Sissy's not a war?
No, it's not a war. No.
I thought it was a war in there.
But you know, but Adam, you know, like we went to provincials together, and you won when I just got there. Like I didn't feel like we did battle together. You know, we need to share a hotel room. We need to suffer. We were all cutting weight.
Ahmed, I had your gold medal in my mouth. Like, come on.
Yeah, this is true.
And you guys showered together though, I believe. There was a showering
I was
incident.
having a shoulder issue. I couldn't get the soap on my back.
You know what? At provincials,
I had a loofah.
No, look, Adam and I, we did use the same shower the same shower room that had like 5 showers in it, and we took a shower. And I don't know why I told my wife, I'm like, yeah, I took a shower, and Adam was there, and she looked at me really concerned because she thought I showered with him in the same stall. She's like, what? She's very disappointed that I explained this to her. But anyway, hey, look, we got a little. Is that Jack? Is that Jack Jr.? Or, VJ? But which one is that, VJ? All right, maybe you can't hear me.
Oh, we lost
No,
him.
BJ just got disconnected. I thought Brent Patton was joining there for a second, but appears to have dropped out.
I hope he does come back. But anyway, yeah. yeah, I'm not sure where else I was going with this. I was talking about showering with Adam, and then
Well, you started with talking about how the podcast changed your life. Ryan, maybe you could comment how this podcast has changed your life in the 45 minutes you've been on it.
So far, so good, man. I've called out a man that's like 3 times my size, and it's going to be a great matchup. And also, what I like the most about your podcast, guys, is it's local guys that I know that, I've trained with some of you guys at Open Mats, and you also interview a lot of guys that are really relevant in the community, not just locally. And so I think it's a good mix of local content as well as like international jiu-jitsu content. So keep on doing what you're doing, guys.
If I will
thank
say,
you.
I'm gonna plug our last episode because, like, I don't know, that one was huge for me. Thomas Beach we had on last weekend, and I mean, man, if you think that you've got injuries in jiu-jitsu, like you don't know anything until you've watched this guy's story, or listened to it. So if you have not checked out the Thomas Beach episode, please do so. I highly recommend it. It's one of my very favorite shows in a long time.
and it's crushing it as well with the statistics out there. Like he's doing very well. So a lot of people are. So yeah, check that out. Check them all out. If you're ever, if you want to binge, go for it. It's great, great show. We also have a lot of, we do have some big names coming up again. So some people have asked us to get so and so and this person and that person. So we do have some big people coming up in the next couple of weeks. I think, Adam, we can say one that's for sure.
Yeah. So not this next weekend is Easter. April 12th we have confirmed Randa Marcos. So Randa was on the last season of The Ultimate Fighter. I think she was a semi-finalist, but she also just announced she has a fight coming up, UFC fight in April on the Montreal card.
Okay.
So, or April or May, sorry. She just announced it the other day. So we've got Randa Marcos, who signed to UFC. We've got Edwin, right, Ahmed?
Yeah, Edwin Najmi will be joining us. I think maybe the week after her, and the week after that is Dominika, and I don't know her last name. Obalinka? I'm not sure. But anyway, we're answering a lot of people out there who are saying that we need more females, so we're trying to do that for you. And these ones are really awesome, So check that out as well. But yeah. So hold on. This is the last time here. Brent is going to come in. I know we were going to end it soon, but let's just see if Brent gets in really quick. I know Amanda Bird is desperately trying to get in. She's tried maybe 6 times now. It might work. It'd be nice because she'd be the only female here. And she said it's frustrating. So I think she's in here. But
I think Amanda's in, but she's having some webcam issues, and apparently she has no microphone either. So Amanda's just kind
there
of
you go.
Oh.
But, did she just call you on your phone and you put it to the mic? I'm just joking.
This has been an interesting episode. We were not sure if we were gonna get anybody on, so at least I was kind of hoping that we'd get some people that we don't know, but it's great to have you all here. So,
well, we had some some great alum guys. We had obviously Shapinkas. We had VJ and Ryan Donnelly, up and rising star. He's here, and Ryan, seriously, keep doing what you're doing, man. I tell people this all the time. Like, anybody who gets in the cage has my respect. I don't care if you lose the next 5 of your matches. That's insane. So I respect you.
Oh, thanks a lot, man. I've always been a gamer, and like I said, I'm still young. I got a lot to learn. I'm training right now with Battle Arts, a lot of great team members, and yeah, man, I'm optimistic about what the future holds for me. I love training, and I love jiu-jitsu, and wish you guys all the best.
Are you, Steve? Are you planning to do any jiu-jitsu tournaments anytime soon? I know you said that you're training mostly MMA now, but anything in the scope for you at all?
You said Steve.
No, sorry, I meant Ryan.
Okay.
Ryan, you're muted.
muted.
There you go.
Nothing official, but we're gonna see how it goes. I've had some talks. I want to get back to New York. I definitely I miss the experience of New York, and I've met a lot of friends down in New York, a lot of American fighters that train out there, and I've talked about getting back in maybe around May 15th. So I don't have a confirmed opponent or anything yet, but I'm one of those guys. I'm always in the gym one way or another. I'm training. I'm ready to go. So. Something pops up and I'm interested, I'll definitely take it.
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, Ryan, you have that Ensign Inoue tatami gi, right? The Spirit of Japan one.
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah, I was, it just made me think of Ahmed because we should probably give a shout out, Ahmed. Big article coming up in the what's the newspaper there in Guelph, Ahmed?
Oh, the Guelph Mercury.
Yes, the Guelph Mercury coming up in the Guelph Mercury. I've reached out to Ensign to figure out how to say Heart of Guelph in Japanese. That should be Ahmed's new nickname. Ahmed, would you care to comment on this at all?
I mean, I kind of don't want to, but I mean, I guess I will. So I guess the newspaper is coming. Fuck this, man. I guess they're coming on I didn't want to even tell anyone, but they're coming on Tuesday to Susu Kobukan, where they generate champions. They're coming there to just observe the class and ask me a couple questions. I guess it's a slow news day, so
Ahmed's an American champion. He's hot shit right now.
But
Ahmed, are you going to be showing any techniques for the reporters?
I honestly don't have any techniques. You can ask anybody. I literally did lasso, sweep, and knee slice. That's all I did. I did
maybe show them some judo?
Yeah, the sort of Gary.
Yeah. It's funny. Whenever my instructor says...
Break the wrist and walk away. Walk away. Just show them that.
Whenever my instructor mentions, like, Osoda Gary and all that, I literally look at him like, I don't know what you're saying. Like, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'm just there to bang, man. And I even told Steve, I'm like, yo, Steve... He's like, how you feeling, Ahmed? I'm like, I'm just gonna crush, man. I don't know. Like, what's your, what do you do for warm up? It's my first match. Something.
Do you still do judo throws in the bullpen to kind of freak people out?
You know what? I used to, but now that we're doing the podcast, people know my gimmick now, so I don't even bother. I jump around, listen to music, I wear my Beats, and I look like a 3%er. So I'm just. It's just intimidating guys that way. They're like, wow, So anyway, that's. I'm just joking, eh? Like I hope people don't think I'm serious. Like I'm.
Ahmed,
yeah.
Do you feel like that you perhaps broke them before you even stepped on the mats?
Amanda Bird has joined finally.
I kid you not. I downloaded it onto my phone. My computer just crapped out. I'm on my phone right now.
Hello, Amanda.
Hi.
For anybody who doesn't know, this is Amanda Bird. Amanda is, are you training anymore, or what's going on there?
I'm taking time off for school, but I'm still up at Ronin in Ottawa. I'm just, this semester's all university, so.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. And so for those who don't know, I think you used to do a lot of photography, and I don't think you do it anymore.
Yeah. I haven't been to many tournaments lately, otherwise that would be what I was doing, but.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So, well, thank you for joining us. Do you know Steve Shapinkas?
I don't think I know many people here.
Oh, okay. Steve was on episode number. What was it again, Adam?
I think it was 25. I'm gonna say 25.
Okay, 25, 26. Check
26.
It out. Yeah, 26. Amanda, check it out. You'll get to really know, how good this guy is. He's amazing, and it's an honor to have him on.
Perfect. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Look what Just the Gi Top is doing. We're bringing people together.
I'm making friends. This is great.
Yeah, we have the legend Ryan Donnelly. You might not know him either, but he's on, and they're all fans of the show, and so obviously you're a fan. Why? Like, why are you a fan?
Well, because I know Adam. I met him at a couple tournaments, and I'm like, okay, this sounds cool, and I just started watching, and everything you guys put on, like what somebody said earlier, it's all local, which is really nice. And then to get the perspective on how Ontario Jiu-Jitsu and MMA is just factoring into all of North America is just really interesting to get that kind of insight. So it's nice to watch.
Wow, thanks, Adam. I don't know what to say. That was nice.
I don't know. That was a great promo. I feel like we should just end the episode there.
Well, thanks for tuning in, guys.
So, Amanda, before you were at Ronin, you were at was it United?
No, I was at Trenton. So
Trenton,
Ascension,
yes.
Trenton. I have trained with the guys at United, but I never trained there as a member.
Sorry, is it frozen or is it just me?
No, it's just you, Ahmed.
Oh, sorry. I mean, we've had a lot of, not a lot, maybe 2 women ask us.
Well, it is a lot
A lot of women on it. By a lot, I mean 2.
Yeah, ask us
More than
about.
one.
They asked us about having more women on the podcast, and admittedly, we've had maybe 4 or so on. Is there anyone in particular you would love to see on the show?
I don't know. Like,
Do you have any idols?
reaches, like.
We reach everyone. We're all over. No, but like, is there any female superstar that you really that you'd love to see on or something like that, or do you just not care? You're not like that.
Somebody who I'd just like kind of like to talk to is Erin Hurl.
Aaron Hurl, yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
okay.
seems really chill. Like, I'd like to kind of see what she'd do on the podcast.
Yeah, she's great. She slammed us once, actually. It's kind of funny you mentioned her. I posted a link of what's the name? Who's the guy from Atos with the big hair, guys? Remind me.
Mike Carbolito.
Carbolito. I took a picture from the Atos website to promo him coming on the show, and then she's like, in a snide little remark, she's like, photo credit courtesy of Aaron Hurl, and like that, like meaning I stole the photo, but I
Ooh.
got it. Yeah, and I got it from the website. I'm sure you probably get that a lot when people rip your photos and stuff.
So there was a little bit of backstory there because I don't want this to make Aaron sound bad because I know I talked to Aaron about it afterwards, and I think she was a bit frustrated specifically about some stuff that had come out on BJJ Eastern Europe about maybe that some articles. She's a Gracie Mag writer, so I think that they had kind of lifted some of her content. And she was a little bit frustrated about that. So she wasn't actually mad at us. She just lashed out at Ahmed because he's an easy target.
Okay, so that. Okay, then I'm not gonna say anything because Adam, you know her, you're friends with her. Adam is like the big. He's friends with a lot of people and he smooths things over. So I trust you.
Yeah. Plus, I find
like our
that
friend.
it's not something that, like, I found for photography, just as somebody who's done it before, that wouldn't be something that's specific to her. It wouldn't be her as a person lashing out as you as a person. It's people's photos get stolen all the time, and
Have you had
unless
that?
you flat out watermark it to the point where you can't see the photo anymore, someone's gonna crop it off. So
It could
I
be
can see
that
where she
she's-
would get frustrated.
It could be that it is against Ahmed specifically. I don't know. Maybe you just need to spend more time with him. But
What?
I love him personally, but you know, he just.
No, she wasn't mad at. She didn't say, Ahmed, what are you doing? She was mad at the page, but anyway, yeah, no, we would like. So yeah, long story short, we'd like to have her on too. I'll ask her about that actually.
Amanda, have you had the same issue? Have you had like photos that you've taken be lifted or used somewhere else that you found out afterwards?
I had back when Facebook did that thing where it constantly cropped people's photos into squares. I had a lot of people that had like my watermark at the bottom as AMA, and that was it. But then they'd always like throw me a tag. So far, if anything has happened, they'd at least credited my page. I'm not famous enough yet to get my stuff lifted, so it's bonus, I guess.
Yeah, Adam, I thought you were asking me that question for a second.
I don't know. Have you ever had any of your photography lifted, Ahmed, at all?
Well, no.
Be honest.
No, I seriously haven't, man.
Has anybody ever hacked your Tinder profile at all, or
I don't
possibly
have.
Grindr? I'm not sure which you
No,
are using these days, but
I'm married actually. I don't have any of that. No, so I don't have that. But you know what? Admittedly, I have used people's photos in the past to plug guests and stuff, and I just never really thought. I never cropped anything out. I would just save the image to my computer and upload it to the website. So I have done that. So I apologize to any photographers or wannabe photographers out there who I may have done that to. I didn't mean to insult you. So seriously, yeah. So anyway, Adam, we had somebody on, and then they left. What happened there?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We were kind of in the middle of conversation. I was gonna get to that guest as soon as the name was Sakai Kobos. I don't know. It was somebody that I actually don't know.
Yeah.
Joined in, and then unfortunately didn't work out because they must have left before we got there. So,
Sakai, if you're out there, please join us again. We'd love to hear from you, man. Like, we like to meet new people and all that. So yeah, come on, meet the legend, Steve. Meet Amanda Bird, Ontario's top photographer. Come on out, man. Like we need it. So, yeah, Adam, I've been talking a lot, so I'll give everyone else a chance.
You're just like, I'm done. It's just done. He's like said his quota of words for the day.
Yeah, I mean,
okay,
look,
I want to throw something out because it's something that comes up for me personally a little bit. Okay, so people talk a lot about respect in jiu-jitsu and things like that, and respect for the belt. There are a couple people, as Thomas alluded to. Josh Rapport from Toronto BJJ, who, I have a lot of fun with Josh online. We get into a lot of arguments, but, there's another black belt who I've been, having some online strife with, I guess you could say, or maybe some differences of opinion. And I've had a couple of people tell me that they think that it's really disrespectful that me as a blue belt, would be, I don't know if talking shit is the right word, but, having those types of conversations with people who are, my senior from a rank perspective. I'm just wondering what you guys think about that. I'll throw this out to everybody.
I'm not going to start, so someone else will start.
Steve?
Personally, I think it's really awesome, Adam. I don't know, man. Like when you get into like arguments online, I don't know if you necessarily need to factor in like your jiu-jitsu rank. Like, are you just not allowed to have an argument with somebody ever just because they outrank you on the mats? Like, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. You should be able to have an argument with somebody without being factored in.
Even if the argument is jiu-jitsu related, I mean, you're allowed to question. If your instructor says, "Hey, do this, this, and that," you could respectfully say, "Hey, that doesn't work for me. Can we try this?" Like, so. Even at that level, I think it's okay. So now you're talking to just in general conversation, Adam, like just topics.
Yeah, essentially.
No, that's ridiculous. Who gives a shit? I mean, like, let's look at salary. I don't know. Like, to me, if a man makes more than me, I'll listen to him because he makes more money. I'm just using that as an example, but I'm just saying, like, where do we draw the line? Like, we're talking belt rank, are we talking tax bracket, are we talking vascularity? Are we talking what? Like,
I think if we get
it
into
should
tax
all
bracket,
just be based on if somebody is more vascular than you, then you have to accept whatever their opinion is.
VJ's itching right now when you mentioned that tax bracket for sure.
No, well, I'm just saying, like, where do you draw the line? Like, I mean, jiu-jitsu belt is, of course, amazing accomplishment, especially if you're a black belt. 10 years is no joke, and not many people ever even reach that. But to say that you can't even have a friendly argument or some banter back and forth is absolutely absurd.
I think that some people just believe that that rank pervades everything in life, right? Or permeates everything in life, rather. Like that no matter what type of interaction you have with that person, you should respect them because they outrank you.
I don't know. Does that mean that you should wear your belt everywhere you go?
I do actually. To be fair.
No, look, man. Like, seriously, if you wanna, like, you should respect. Like, for sure, respect what the black belts have been through and respect their experiences and their words, and especially in competing. Yeah, absolutely, I'll listen to them over anybody. But if you want to banter back and forth about, I don't know, like whatever, like, it doesn't give you a free pass, man. That's just me. I don't care. I don't care who it is. Whatever. Anyway, Steve.
Yo,
man, what's the deal? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know, man. I just try and treat people like they treat me. If they're coming at me and talking shit, then I'm gonna talk shit back at them. If they're cool with me, I'm gonna be cool with you. I try not to, go out of my way too much to go banter with people back and forth too much. I'll do it, and sometimes I like crying at people, especially if I think they're coming at me. I'll try and get under their skin and agitate them, but other than that, I mean, I don't have much time for that stuff.
Amanda, do you find yourself getting involved in a lot of online wars?
I
BJJ
stay off
related
of
or other.
Facebook. You cannot win an argument on the internet, so I don't bother.
That is not true. Just so you know, that's not true at all. I win them
Okay,
all the
you
time.
can't win them in under 2 hours.
Sometimes
No,
it takes months.
That's how I win them. You
Months.
just gotta. It's all about endurance. Facebook arguments are just all about endurance.
I don't have time for that.
It is true. It's always like because everybody keeps trying to get that last word in, that last sentence in, and then someone replies, and then you want to get back in. And it's like, I don't get involved that much. I'll say a nice comment, I'll see I get a lot of likes, and then I'm out. I'm just like, because like it gets like 20 likes, I'm like, I did what I had to do. And, yeah, man, that's serious. Like I judge everything online based on how many likes I get, and then
We've talked about this before. I mean, it's the really, Facebook. I think when it started, it was like people sharing things with their friends and family. But now it's just kind of moved to this new era of like, I just post things and get likes, and if I don't get likes, then that like doesn't validate my worth as a person. So it's just about the likes. I think Rami has mentioned this before as well.
yes.
It's just like the likes are the only reason to do anything.
Rami even said he only competes for the likes. So he'll post a photo of a podium pick and get the likes, and he swears to me this is the only reason he competes. He's the legend. Like he doesn't care about, He doesn't care about anything else. But I
That's a
don't
lot
know.
of training for like X number of likes.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
It's good. It's like it's a very short high, but it's very intense.
I mean, let me tell you, Amanda and Steve, I've posted pictures of podium pictures, and they get a lot of likes. And then I'll put a picture of my kids doing something cool, and they got like 4. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. People don't care about your kids. They don't care about your gardening or anything. They care about things that matter, like podium finishes and 3%er lifestyle. So
I find
it's something.
Instagram's turning the same way because there are
Oh,
people who will just post like paragraphs of random hashtags just because they know that there are bots on there going and liking any photo tag like for like or like follow back or because I know people that are getting like 200 likes on a selfie just because they hashtagged it follow back or something.
Yeah.
No, you gotta grind for you gotta get that quality Instagram followers. It's not easy, to grind out on Instagram. They did that thing recently where they they cleaned up a lot of like inactive accounts. I dropped under 1,000 followers. It was a really bad time for
You
me.
poor thing.
I know. I'm back. Like, don't worry, I'm back. But it was a rough go for me.
But do you guys find that Adam, when he posts on Facebook, he really caters to the lowest common denominator? And is anybody else?
Explain what you mean, Ahmed.
Like, you really cater to, I find, the simple folk. And no offense, no offense to anybody who likes your stuff, but like, you say stuff like, yeah, I always bring this one up, but you're like, all you really need in life is a nice set of knives. And then, and then people come on, they're like, I love my serrated edge, and I love making bell peppers and shit. Like, this is, and like, the most common person likes doing that shit. They like flowers, and they like tomatoes and shit like that. Like, so, and I must commend you, and that's why you're the face of the podcast, because you really cater to the dumbest people. And like, it's no offense, but I find like my humor is it's not like it's too advanced, but it's like too sarcastic or something, and they like, oh, I'm just an asshole. But then you say stuff like, go help a neighbor, and then like it gets like 5,000 likes, and I just gotta commend you on that. That's it's a skill, and I don't know if you mean to do it or if that's like a London thing. I don't know. Like it's.
I think if I feel like I should be like lying on a couch right now talking about this, but I think that it's just about It first of all, it's just random shit that pops into my head. But secondly, I think I post things that I feel will generate a lot of discussion.
Like knives.
Like knives, people have thoughts on knives. I want to hear them. Right? I want to hear your thoughts about kitchen knives.
Mine right now. They need to
Do you
stop
really?
falling out of my sink.
But Adam, do you really read the comments, or do you just kind of like them? Like, this fucker just like this whatever. Do you just like him going down, or do you like really mean it? Like, serious question.
No, I read all the comments for sure. I look for something that's worth responding to.
Okay, so if I just may, My favorite thing about chia seeds is when you spend all day picking them out of your teeth and thinking about how much you fucking hate chia seeds. I mean, that's one example. Number two, if I may, just working
Go
on.
ahead.
No, it's just, I don't know, Derek Kersey is another one. He just did that, and he got like, I don't know, 10 likes, and he just said a name. Like, I wonder if you just experiment to see what the simple folk are doing. Like, I honestly wonder that. Like, if you're just like, oh, let's see what these assholes will, like, you know, it's like, remember Oasis, guys? Maybe I'm too old here, but you guys remember Oasis? Wonderwall, do you guys know that song? Amanda and Steve?
I'm a
you know,
little
20
older than 10.
So do you guys? So yeah, but you know what I mean? It's like they came on and they would just say, "Fuck you," and everyone's like, "Yeah!" like just cheering on and whatever. That's what Adam does. He comes on and he's just trying to see what he can get away with. You know what I mean? Like
He's just fishing for likes.
Yeah, St. Thomas.
And succeeding.
Yeah, Adam, I gotta like props to you. I hate to air it out, but people won't care. They'll still like it, man. But that's,
you know, I don't know. I'm gonna agree to disagree. It's not that, you know, it's not about me talking to the simple folk. It's just, you know, I'm just talking to people. That's all.
Yeah. Well,
Adam
anyway.
is the most liked guy in the jiu-jitsu community. I don't know how he gets that much stuff online. It makes no sense. He's like the most likable. Everyone's so happy to see him all the time. Like at every tournament, even people that don't like him come up to him and say like, "What?"
That's awesome, Adam. Like for real, like seriously. And you know what, Adam? And like you said, boa to my master Ahmed Sharani for winning gold at PAMS. Only 28 likes. See, like your stupid knife and tomato comment got more likes than me winning the fucking pants. Like, I'm just saying, like there's a. Do you know what I mean? Like, cause the common folk on your thing are like, what the fuck are pants? Like they're thinking pots and pans.
See,
You know?
maybe
We're
I'm
like,
bringing
we
more
like
people
knives
in though,
better.
Ahmed. Maybe I'm like, you know, I reach out to people with like, you know, pots and pans, and then while I'm there, I'm like, oh, let's bring in a little jujitsu, you know, and just kind of maybe educate some of those people.
That's great, man. No, seriously. Yeah. This might be before some of you guys' time, but do you guys remember Juggling Jiu-Jitsu, the blog by Adam? Adam, you pulled in some great numbers on that. Like, seriously, your
You're
social
doing really well. I just couldn't commit the time once my broken leg healed.
Yeah, no, but your social media what I'm trying to get at, and this goes out to jiu-jitsu people, this goes out to Steve as well, to kind of promote yourself, this goes out to, you know, Amanda and your photography business, whatever. You guys need to have a social media, you know, presence to make it seems like, because really the most skilled guys aren't getting anything done, you know, so that's that.
VJ's back.
Hi.
Hi.
See? Children of all ages love Just the Guitar. That's how it goes.
Yeah, guys, like, I don't know what to say. But,
It has. We've been live for an hour and a half now, so we should probably wrap this shortly.
yeah, for sure. Thank you for all those who came on. Thank you very much, Stephen, for jumping on as well. I know you're a busy guy. I know there's WrestleMania going on and all that kind of stuff. And VJ, thank you for popping in and out. And thank you, Amanda, for finally getting through. It's amazing. And you know, good luck to all of you in your future endeavors. And yeah, please keep in touch. The podcast we make. Did you notice we didn't even plug a sponsor because we don't have any? But if you want to sponsor this podcast, let us know. We don't care. We'll do anything. But
we'll do anything for a sponsor.
No, seriously, we don't get any money whatsoever, and we don't care. So that's why we do it for you guys. So yeah, that's it.
So yeah, if you like this episode, if you're listening after the fact or you're listening live and you like it, let us know, because it's something we can do again. Amanda, Steve, do you have a good time or just a good experience?
Once I finally got my phone working, seeing as my computer doesn't work, this is a lot of fun. I'll totally do this again.
Excellent.
Yeah, actually, and Steve, you should come on too.
Anytime I get to see you guys, it's a good time.
Steve,
All right,
Steve, you're a Just the Gi Top OG. Oh,
Hey,
and
season-
just in time for the end of the episode, we have Aaron Hail Mary Daniels just joined the podcast.
Aaron, hello, can you hear us?
I sure can. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm disappointed for you then.
Aaron, may I ask you a serious question?
Go ahead.
You are the most decorated, sponsored white belt I know. How do you do it? We were just talking earlier about getting your social media presence out there and stuff, and you're a white belt. You compete a lot. You've been a white belt for a long time. You have sponsors up the ass, man. Like, how are you doing it? And can you share it with us?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think what a lot of people don't understand is that they're willing just to collect gear. Like, they have no problem just collecting something and not putting anything back into that company. Now, with Strike Fight, where they're a small company, they're nothing huge. It's two guys. It's two guys running the entire brand, and I made friends with them. I was buying their gear way before I got the sponsorship with them. Now, the sponsorship's not money. It's just gear. It's a friendship. They help me out, get me my gear for the year that I'm going to need, because I'm training 4 to 6 times a week doing something. So they were able to help me out with that, and I put together a package of why I believe I'm good to be representing their brand, their products, but at the same time, I'm still buying from them every here and there. Like, I don't just say, well, you sponsor me, it should be just free. It's like, no, I understand the logistics of it. They're not a big company. You got to put something back in it to be worthwhile.
Oh. That's a really good point, actually, and you do pimp out Strike Fight, where I see all the time. So you're obviously doing good things for them.
I think I'm wearing their hat now.
Yeah, we have another person on who I may want to kick off because he beat me once in Nogi, but Mike Norman has just joined on. So Mike, how's it going?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I miss you guys up there.
Yeah. So VJ, you will recall earlier tonight called out Bill Edwards, who is a training partner. Or do you still train with Bill, or have you moved, Mike?
No, I was going to school in Buffalo, and I moved back home.
So where are you training now?
I train at Matt Serra's gym, where I started.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you know what? Sorry, guy. I know. The thing is people join just as we were just about to close, but you know, I'm glad you came on, Mike, because I had a couple questions for you. You compete a lot. You're really young. You're making some good scene, waves in the scene and all that. And when you come up here, you had a really big win, and it stuck with me. And you ankle locked him in like maybe 10 seconds or something like that. And that's Michael Tremblay, who's an amazing competitor. He's a brown belt now, I believe. He's done so much. He's so young. He's like 21 or something like that. You just came in and literally just beat him really quickly, and it wasn't luck, because I've seen you do that same friggin' ankle lock like 1,000 times. Has that been probably the biggest win for you in jiu-jitsu?
I mean, I don't want to say biggest win, because I really still think that was a fluke. I don't think. I think 9 out of 10 times he gets me. I went against him in the Nogi a time before that, and he was beating me like 16-0, and then he hit a Kimura on me. I mean, yeah, it's hard to say, you know. I mean, if I get to that position, I feel really good. Like at my gym, that's something we work on a lot, is like attacking the feet, not necessarily straight ankle locks, like more heel hooks and stuff like that. But if I get to that spot, I feel good, and I just happened to get there quickly in that match, and I was able to finish.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Mike, do you ever get mistaken for John Danaher at all? Because I find that would bear a striking resemblance to him.
John Danaher's the man, though. If you guys ever get a chance to do a seminar with him, I highly suggest it. Guy's a wizard.
Yeah, he is.
I've done 3 seminars with him. I got my purple belt at a John Danaher seminar.
Oh, sweet, man. That's awesome. No, I'd love to check him out. I'd love to have him on the podcast, actually. I actually have reached out to him, but he never returned me. His calls, so whatever.
Yeah, he's
I don't blame him.
Yeah, no, thank you.
What?
Thank
he's
you.
a rash guard to Matt's wedding.
No way, really?
Yeah.
The guy's badass. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's nuts, but he's awesome.
Awesome. All right, Adam.
Okay, well, it's unfortunate that you guys just joined kind of at the end of the podcast. It was great to have you on. I think we will probably do this again sometime soon. So try to join less than or earlier than an hour and a half after the start of the show, maybe, and we can chat some more. But thank you very much to who we have right now is Aaron Hail Mary Daniels. We have Ahmed Sharani, as always. We have Amanda Bird. We have Mike Norman and myself, Adam Cousins. So thank you very much. Does anybody have any parting comments? Anybody you want to shout out to since you're here right now?
Yeah. Shout out your sponsors.
Big shout out to Strike Fightwear, Haga. They're a Guam company. They're small, but they're going to be doing big things this year. And
all right, Amanda, anybody you want
to... Thank you.
Pardon?
Anybody you want to thank, Amanda, since you're here and you have the floor right now?
I don't know, just my coaches. They give me so much time, and I'm never there. But when I come back, it's like I never left. They're really, really accommodating for, like, with me in school, which is nice because I'll just, like, disappear for a while and then be like, hey, I'm back. So it's nice. They're super chill guys up at Ronan.
That's Wade. Ryan's gym, right?
Yeah, and Wade.
All right, Mike, anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, big shout out to the people at Ground Fighter, always taking good care of me. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, man.
All right, thanks for joining, everybody. All right, this is a wrap for episode 15. We will do it again, and have a good one.